In its exuberance to attain a greater glory and greater power, China has indulged in a lot of inhuman activities, whether it be killing of the Chinese in China and abroad for trying to resist the state, for trying to speak up against the state. And recently, Ms. Xia Zhai has been expelled from the party. This news in New York Times of yesterday, and it only shows that there is no room for dissent in the Chinese political spectrum with Mr. Xi there. And this transition has been through the time of Mr. Hu Jintao, and they have become more and more dictatorial to achieve their aims as a party. In their aims to get the power of the US, down or achieve a parity with them, they've actually crossed all the line, whether it be WTO, whether it be human rights, or any other thing which we see. And right from the time when in 2016 they executed Mr. Li Wang and made some absolutely immoral charges against him post his death, and basically to get the public sentiment a little against him and to negate the brutality of the state against him. This has been the Chinese formula even in the Xinjiang province against the Uyghur Muslims. And I fear that as China enters even countries like Pakistan on the garb of CPEC, they will be forcing a lot of Pakistanis out. They'll be doing the same kind of things which they have done to their own citizens. And I believe the atrocities will rise in all the colonies, so to say, where the Chinese have made huge investments over the last decade or so. And it is high time for the world and the community of nations to take note of this and to ensure that China is made accountable for all its human right violations, whether they are in Hong Kong, whether they are through illegal methods in Taiwan or across the globe against the citizens who speak up. And another thing to factor is that the Chinese state machinery holds their citizens abroad hostage to their relatives back in China. So that's been a tale told by many from China. And now typically there's a need to give a lot of shelter to these people. And I'm quite sure like their intelligence agencies work abroad and the method by which they get information through phones and other devices. So as the apps are getting banned, I am certain that the Chinese abroad, and especially in Europe, US, and other states, will be able to come out and give more vital information about what's going around in China, and that will give a better coalition and a perspective of the amount of assault which China is making against basic human rights and dignity. And what is coming out of China even after the COVID is that these people have been trying to cull the information, be able to silence people who are speaking up, and all those facts that China hid the COVID story has been told by Chinese citizens in China and abroad. Those in China have faced the wrath of the state, while others are a little safe right now. So it's not surprising that Ms. Xia Zhai has been expelled, and this will continue to be the norm of the Chinese party against Mr. Xi. And this Xi diplomacy is not going to be a good diplomacy in the future.